Hello, welcome to Across the Street to Wooden Park, the show where we talk about my mom's favorite childhood memories. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Tony.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful today. How about yourself?
I'm good. Are you excited to conclude our trilogy?
I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm kind of like sad because I'm really enjoying this. Um, I feel like I've been trying to stretch it out, but there's only so much you can actually, say about something. So, well, I
Yeah,
guess you can always find something to say, but
it's okay.
it's kind of time to wrap it up, maybe.
We'll have many times to stretch out many more things on the show.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that one.
So here we are, part three of our Let's Watch the Warriors series, where we're watching your favorite childhood movie, The Warriors from 1979, and we're doing our own commentary. So
Um,
so if you're just joining us, maybe you want to go back a couple episodes to catch up. But we're going to jump into part three. We have it queued up on Netflix with about 25 minutes and 14 seconds left to play in the counter.
right.
And
So
are we ready?
I'm ready. Let's
Okay,
let's
I'll
go
count
ahead and
us
start.
down. Three, two, one, play.
Okay.
Okay, so we catch up with the Warriors, and now they're punching women.
Well, they're defending themselves because these chicks have knives and guns,
Oh, that one
and
got
they
the chair.
yeah, and they're fighting like dudes, you know. Look, they just shot at
Uh,
them.
Yeah, kind of, but they're also like standing
They're not
behind the
aiming.
one. They have one communal gun between them, I guess. They chipped
Well,
in and bought.
that's all you need. You know, that's all it takes. One gun, one shot. You know, to
Well,
get at least one of them.
and what, they just grazed one? Oh no. No one got shot. One
Well,
got cut.
well,
That's
well.
it. So all they needed was one shot, but they didn't get any of them. They dropped the ball. And now the Warriors are realizing that the gangs are after them because they think they're the ones who shot Cyrus.
Well, it took them this long to put this together,
Well, they don't have what we have. They don't see the whole story.
and they don't have social media to be texting and tweeting and.
Yeah, think about, I know we make fun of all that stuff, but that might be funny. Like if they looked on Twitter and it was like hashtag the Warriors did it.
Yeah, so I mean, they would have found out from the get-go if they would have had that.
I don't think it's that bad an idea to update the movie that way.
Oh my God, it would take away from the movie if you did something like that.
No, it wouldn't.
Because look at that movie Chef.
Okay.
I mean, the one we saw last year where this guy gets a taco truck, and he's gonna venture out to start selling his food. He's a chef, but he wants to be, self-employed. But his son is the one that's able to get him known when he's going to go to locations because he's out there tweeting, taking pictures, and so forth, letting everybody know they're in town.
Yeah.
If that movie was done without that, none of that would have been possible.
Right.
And sometimes it's kind of nice to leave some things alone like that. I mean, if you put that into this film, what do you have?
Well, it would be a reimagining. It would be another take on it. But I think it would work. I think it would be interesting. I know this show's often about nostalgia in the good old days, but you would still have this movie. It wouldn't take away from it.
I don't think it would work. You need that suspense. You need that something's gonna happen without knowing it's gonna happen. I used to have skates like that, Tony.
Yeah, this is a suspenseful scene. Could you do this when you were young? Could you cruise down a big hill back and forth?
Not that smooth, but I had skates like that. That's when I was in Hawaii with my boombox. you
Do you
know,
think being
skating in the park in the lot.
do you think being a gang on skates is wouldn't that be a hindrance? Wouldn't that make it more difficult?
Unless you're very talented, you got to be exceptionally good in order to be able to do that.
I mean,
You know, this scene always reminds me of Ghost, when Patrick Swayze is a ghost and he catches up with that other guy who's a ghost on the train,
yeah.
and he wants to be able to figure out how do you get a pack of cigarettes out of the cigarette box, the vending machine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your mind that's working that part. But I guess it's this platform thing that
He doesn't want to figure out how to get cigarettes. He wants to figure out how to move
get the
stuff and
bad guy.
interact with the world and how
Yeah.
to
Oh,
affect
there.
things.
Well,
He
thank you
doesn't
for
want to smoke. That isn't his big
he he
motivation.
he doesn't want to drag, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay then.
So how would
They
you?
make you look so dingy here. This is so cool. I need to talk to you. She's telling him that they're after him.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows this already. You know, but see now, they know he knows. Look at this.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows the score.
He's so cool. He's so cool. But now they know I know. You ninny.
She's little chaos. So, but luckily his crew shows up just in time.
There's 2 are missing. Oh, the one that fell over the platform and the one that got benched.
But they don't notice the warriors coming down the stairs because
No.
they have tunnel vision, and they don't
I think
hear
that
the
I
five or
think that's
six
so
guys coming down
cool.
the stairs.
Right, but I think that's so cool with that just one look and the tilt of the head sent them to the bathroom. You know, that's so powerful, you know?
Mm-hmm. This is the worst arcade I've ever seen inside a train station. Do you think that was real, or did they
I
set that
don't,
up
you
for the
know what?
movie?
That would be interesting to find out if there was actually ever arcades in a train station.
Yeah, that looks strung together and out of place. And they wouldn't run it all night,
I mean,
right?
who's gonna go in there and play? I mean, you're just inviting people to hang out
Yeah.
if you were to set up an arcade like that.
And 70s New York was like a dangerous, grimy place. People aren't hanging out in the subway. Like, look at this bathroom. Looks like a high school bathroom.
It looks very dingy. It looks like one of those bathrooms at the beach.
And so this is, from what I remember
The-
of my film class, this is like the era in the 70s when movies started getting dirty. And especially New
like
York.
when you say dirty, do you mean like filthy, dirty, grimy, or
Yeah,
dirty?
that's what I mean. Like, before this, movies didn't ever show things like this. Or if they were trying to show a tough New York bathroom, it would look so fake and orchestrated. But this is just what it really looked like. Like,
Yeah.
presenting
This
the
is one
real
of
New
those.
York.
Yeah, this is one of those bathrooms that you go into and you got to be careful where you step because you don't want to step on pee. You know.
Oh, he gets the first punch in.
You know, I still have my overalls, Tony.
Yeah, I know, you rock him from time to time.
I sure do.
Well,
Oh man, that hurts. Ouch. Ooh. Oh man. It hurts to get hit with a bat.
yeah, all of this hurts pretty well.
Oh man. Oh, did you see that?
Which
She
one?
bit, she
Yeah.
bit him on the shoulder. Oh my God, this is so. I mean, it's graphic. I mean, it doesn't look like fake fighting, you know.
Um,
Oh, oh come on, Raj. If you, I want to see this like slow mo and see how it looks if it's fake fighting. It looks real.
There's a little bit of your black kung fu in here that you needed in the 70s, right?
Oh yeah. It's like Bruce Lee was like awesome. He was a little
Go
guy
on.
too, wasn't he? Wasn't he like, but he was just so amazing. I mean, he.
Well, yeah, I mean, he had international appeal, so everybody could relate and follow him and stuff.
And he was so humble. He was just he seemed so down to earth, so humble. He wasn't like flamboyant or at least he didn't appear to be.
So this is where everybody's getting the
Yeah, these are
word.
the riffs. What about a patron? So far, nothing. So it would be interesting to see that movie that you parallel this to, or that story. What's it called? The Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I mean, how close is that to this in terms of like um saying this is what saying that.
Well, I think it takes the premise,
Okay.
just the idea of a group of warriors have to get home safely and avoid
Getting caught
distractions and traps.
and getting killed. Well, that goes back to, I think, a show that you just did about Toy Story and this film about a Japanese, I think, film that is very, that you feel
Yeah.
that was borrowed from
Yeah, I talked about
what
this on my other podcast, Say What
what
Again, where
yeah. But what's the actual name of the
there's a old Japanese movie called Tokyo Story, and I was just alluding to, I think it might kind of be the same premise or basis for Toy Story.
right? And how, I mean, how realistic do you think that actually is? Because you said the folks from Pixar are fans of Japanese films, correct?
Yeah.
So do you think there's that probability? But then you also told me that people borrow from people all the time when they want to draw, create, compose,
Yeah, well, the idea
write.
is that no idea is original, and it's the same stories we're telling over and over.
Right. But can you actually do something like that and be able to say it's yours and run with it? I mean, don't you
Yeah.
think people know?
Well, there's a
I want
difference.
I want to see that movie though. The one you're talking about. I would like to see that movie.
I mean, it doesn't feel like when you watch it, it doesn't feel like Toy Story, but it feels like, they watched that movie and they said, "We this story is universal though." And what if
Right.
we took it and we changed the characters and changed the mood and atmosphere? But
Right.
the stories are every movie's story is about someone not belonging or not being able to achieve what they want.
Okay.
Man against man, man against nature.
Okay.
So, every
Yeah.
filmmaker is educated by the filmmakers who came before him.
But when does it become your original idea?
But like I said, that the saying is no idea is original, that you're
There has to
always
be at one point some originality to make it yours. I mean, it is yours, but when do
the
you,
way you tell the story is yours. All the stories are the same, but it's the way you tell it,
the way you're gonna tell? Okay, I
right?
see what you're saying.
So,
Yes.
how many different people have made a Batman movie?
Okay.
Tim Burton, Christopher Nolan,
Okay.
Bruckheimer, or Schumacher, and the first Batman story came out what 1937. and they're
Okay.
just telling it over and over and over. But they're all a different movie, and people like the different
This,
ones in
but
different ways.
right, but it's still the same story.
The same stuff, right? The boy's
Right, right,
parents get
right,
killed, and he turns to become a vigilante.
right. So
Sometimes
over
it's
here,
done in a funny
Tony.
way, sometimes done in a dark way.
So over here in the movie, they finally get to Coney Island, and now they're saying this is what we struggled so hard to get back to.
Hmm. And
Basically, saying it's. I mean, it's grimy, it's dirty, it's
and they finally see it, and it's dawn, so the daylight shows. Sometimes things look uglier in the daylight. So even though they were in a dirty New York at nighttime, it looked cool. There's a romantic nature to it because it looked a little wet and flashy.
Yeah,
But looking
yeah.
at Coney Island during the day looks sad and pathetic. So it's like the day, like, you know,
Sheds the light of what
yeah,
it actually is.
yeah.
And this is the iconic scene of this movie, which totally like bugs me because as soon as you say the Warriors, this is the first thing that people talk about. You know?
But iconic movies have memorable quotes and stuff. I mean, Scarface and Godfather and
Yeah.
other
For me,
movies.
it's I guess when Cyrus is saying, "Can you dig it?" For me, that's like the coolest part of this film. One of this actual scene here where they're going under the boardwalk. Is that what that is?
Yeah, Under
Underneath?
the Pier, yeah, Boardwalk.
Under the pier, yeah. This is when they're getting ready to rumble. Um, this feels a little cliche. And then she's gonna go out there and fight with them too. That's.
I think you could,
I guess she's a tough chick.
I
What
think
were you gonna say?
you can write a feminist essay about this movie. She says, I can handle myself, I've proved that. This is coming in the 70s after the
That's true.
women's liberation, but still
Okay,
women trying to be taken as,
equal,
yeah,
as serious. Yeah.
yeah, as tough.
Well, she doesn't have to stay behind and be considered damsel in distress and
Yeah.
and
I bet you could look at this in a lot of ways if you look at it through a feminist perspective or a
that's true.
homosexual perspective,
But
like that
see,
character, I think.
right, but also I think a lot of people, this is the rattling of the bottles. A lot of people see her and right away they give her this negative connotation as to like, oh, she's like a bad girl, like, because
Yeah.
she's with all these men and, so,
She's a lot lighter skin, too, than everyone else. Did you notice that? Her
um,
complexion's a lot lighter. Everyone else is kind of golden.
this guy's
Sticks
so
out.
ugly. This is the ugly Sean Penn.
He doesn't look at all that different from regular Sean Penn, does he?
Right. And the only movie I think I've ever seen of Sean Penn, it's called Bad Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And that came out in I want to say 1981. Did you ever see that film?
No.
With Isai Morales? So Sean Penn kills Isai Morales' brother. And of course, Sean Penn goes to prison. And then, so now Isai Morales wants to get even with Sean Penn. So he rapes his girlfriend. So now he goes to prison. So these two catch up in prison. And it's actually a powerful film. I mean, there's another film called Bad Boys, but this is later on. But the original one,
So not the Will Smith Martin Lawrence movie.
no, no. But if you look for this one, this is kind of like a powerful film.
Okay. So now they're at the beach.
There's a good scene right here.
And it's not like, a typical beautiful beach. It's not the Hamptons or anything. It's,
They look tired.
there they are on the water, as if, like, the warriors of the Odyssey would have pulled in here on their boat.
Okay.
They would have hit land.
Yeah. So here they're saying, you know what, we're home. We thought we were safe, but it doesn't appear to be, because here you are trying to destroy our life. You and everybody else who's been after us all night.
Yeah, so here's a big confrontation.
You're dead. See, people don't fight the way they used to. They just pull out a gun. Whatever happened to chains and
He got off a
and
bullet, but it didn't hit anybody.
you know he went to stop the gun.
Who?
Ooh. Well, right now when he shot him, he wasn't trying to kill him.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Who? Sh-
Once he was
the bad guy shot at the what?
When Swan shot the ugly Sean
Swan didn't
Penn.
shoot him. He threw a knife at him.
Oh my bad, you're right. But
Ugly Sean Penn had a knife, had a gun, and he let off
and
a
he was gonna
round, and it didn't hit anybody,
right.
but it should have hit the guy right behind Swan. Look, this brother's got a hockey
Can
stick. Where'd he get that from?
the Canadian team. So can you rewind that, because nobody got hit with that, right? Can I
I'm
pause
not.
mine?
No, we're
Or
not rewinding. But yeah, like he had him point
you're right.
blank,
You're
and right
right.
right behind Swan was Rembrandt, and he would have got shot. Somebody
It
would have
wasn't
got
a.
shot. Swan sidestepped and threw the knife. You could go back and watch it on your own time.
I will. You guys are real good. We know. We're the best. That is so awesome when you get respect from a group like the Riffs.
Yeah, but because of them, like how many of their guys died? Three, two or three?
Two. The Warriors?
Yeah.
There was 9 altogether. How many are left? Wait.
One died on the tracks
One got benched. Oh, and one got killed at the
at the
park,
park.
remember?
Yeah, so three are
Yeah, so 3.
two,
Yeah,
two are
3.
two are dead. One's arrested. So, you think they're going to get any reparations or anything? Some more
Well,
turf?
well, you know what? They got what they had from the beginning. They have style.
Okay.
They have respect. You know, basically, I think, and this is the one thing that pretty much you want from your peers or other groups, organizations, gangs, whatever. Respect. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now they're happy to jump in the water. Hey, there you go. Okay, and I guess that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Do you have any closing remarks or anything to say about the film?
Um, I I enjoyed watching it like the way we watched it and talked about it, just because I'm hearing your perspective, and your insight, and I always watched it because it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever really watched it to really pay attention to what it's meaning, you know, because that's not what it was about for me.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it with you, I'm able to decipher more and just see beyond, the fashion
Well, yeah, I
and
mean, but
what was going. Go ahead.
no,
Like
but
you pointed out that feminist issue at the end, which is very true.
Yeah, but
you know.
that's something maybe you perceived. Most people probably perceive it, but they don't think about it. I mean, I'm just thinking about it as someone who took a lot of film classes and like to think about films that way. I'm just pointing it
Okay.
out. But you probably perceive it, you just don't notice it because it's a movie, it's a story.
Right, and I've never taken a film class, but I mean, I guess maybe sometimes you don't have to, but I've always enjoyed it because it only just takes me back to growing up on Greenview, you know, and my friends and how we grew up there and had so much fun, and everyone pretty much had their own style, you know, and I see this and this is what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
You know, it's comforting. It's comforting, you know.
mhm.
It's happy. It's a good happy memory for me. So,
Good, good. Do you
yeah.
have any other? Did you have some facts about the movie that you wanted to bring up, or did you learn?
Well, you know,
I know you got to researching a little.
yeah, just last minute, right before we decided to talk about it, but this is just research and this is just, you know, black and white, but I think I'm not even gonna look at that because just talking about it with you, that's plenty for me, you know,
Oh, yeah,
to
it's fun.
enjoy it.
Oh, this is the first time I've seen it that way too. I think maybe just seeing it without the audio sometimes, like we could really pay
Right,
attention to
because
this.
the audio is what takes you to the moments that you know, you because the music it
Yeah,
intensifies it,
it's
or
the most emotional part of any media is usually the audio.
right, right. So what's your take on it? I mean, if you wanted to share
Well, I think
about,
it has cult status, and I think a lot of it comes from the fact that it's stylish and just cool, But
yeah,
maybe the reason why it keeps going for so long is because there are some um, there are some more little things here and there that have significance, like the themes of
you know, my
rebellion, the themes of being ostracized by society.
yeah, and you know, when my friends, I remember a while back, my friends are like, "What is it with you and the Warriors?" And it's something that I really can't explain just like that to somebody, you know. It's I think unless you live the moment, you really there's a lot that I really can't express about it, you
Hmm.
know. I mean, I hope I'm hoping that I'm able to express it with you and to our listeners, you know. But I would like their opinion as well as to what they think about the film and how how do they feel about what we're saying about it.
Yeah,
And
that
if
would be
there's people who
interesting.
are closer to my age and say, well, yeah, I could relate to what she's saying, or where did she get this from, you know. So, and then also you, because there's that generation gap, obviously, but because you took a film class, you understand, you know, so.
Well, I don't want to make it seem like just because I took a film class, but I mean,
No, and you
I
have
like
an
to look at.
appreciation, right? You have an appreciation for movies from you've had from the get go. So no, I don't want to knock that either.
Yeah.
But
And for the record, not just one film class. Basically, all of my college was film classes as studying
I did
media.
not know that.
How did
I thought you were taking trigonometry and world history
No, my
and
degree is in
calculus.
media, and I took a
I
lot of
know,
film
Tony. I
classes.
know. I'm just kidding.
Okay, you're very
I know. I'm
funny.
just kidding. Yeah. Right now, I was just before I started talking to you, I was watching Some Like It Hot, um, with Marilyn Monroe and what are their
What's his
names?
name?
Gosh,
Jack.
I forget.
Is his name
Jack not Jack Nicholson.
Jackie?
Lemon.
Jack Lemon.
Jack Lemon. Yeah.
Jack Lemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Lemon. Yeah, Jack Lemon. And 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 this is like amazing acting, you know. You see these actors.
Hmm.
I mean, the sets are not really that amazing, but to see actors and what was expected from them, I'm like, wow, you know, I wish we would have more films like that
Well,
because, well,
those actors come from a different time when they were like, they grew up on the stage.
so do you
And
have to
then
grow up on the stage in order to be that?
no, I mean, that's why the acting is different and works on a different level because they've been on a stage since they were children because that's what came before golden era of Hollywood. Like, so they cut their teeth that way.
Okay.
So that's why in Singing in the Rain, they can show full body shots of the actors dancing and singing because they had those skills. When they do a musical today, they have to cut it and edit it all
Somebody,
around because
because somebody else has to do that.
they can't do
Well,
everything
like
at once.
Flashdance, right? Like Flashdance.
Yeah.
I think the person who's the actual,
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
dancer was different than
I think there were 6 different people who did the dancing in Flashdance. There was a breaker,
I think there was
just,
a guy in there.
yeah, there was a guy who did the whole spinning on the ground and, so yeah, it took like about 6 different, performers to complete that piece right there. And that was a pretty good movie. But yeah, you're right, where she wasn't able to perform her entire,
That wasn't the skills she had. Where the actors before had to do everything.
okay. So that's actually that actually says about the actors. It says a lot about the actors back then.
Hmm.
But
Well,
wow, it's over, huh?
yeah, the trilogy's done.
Well, I'm
Bittersweet.
kind of sad, yeah, because I was actually enjoying this.
Well, if you could find other movies or television shows that harken back to that time, if you find that stuff on
Well,
Netflix,
now
every
that
every few episodes we can do one of those.
I was just reading where they're talking about making a movie out of Three's Company, the sitcom.
Okay.
Do you think that would work?
What do you mean would work?
Do you think it's something that you would want to see?
No, but most movies are something I want to see. Most
I mean, this
most
was
movies
Three's
are for
Company, with John Ritter and Joyce DeWitt and Suzanne
yeah.
Summers.
But mom, no art is so sacred that you can't redo it again. It's not Three's Company isn't amazing. It was a fun
No, it
show.
was it was a fun show, and I like what it
It's not the Mona
was.
Lisa.
Oh wow, well, that is sacred. And then I was
No,
very
but
fortunate that I went to see the Mona Lisa.
and you could buy it on a magnet or a tote bag. It's no big deal. So if they could do that, they could redo Three's Company.
Well,
The
you didn't
Brady
have
Bunch
to.
movie is a good movie. That's a fun movie.
You're kidding.
It's a fun movie.
Oh my God, are you serious? Kids, we're going to Sears. Put on your Sunday best.
That's from the movie.
I know, I know.
Okay, so there you go.
But I don't see how that is actually a good movie.
It's an okay
It
movie.
was
It's
kind of,
as good as the show is. The
no, I
show,
enjoyed the show.
yeah, but the show isn't.
I,
You enjoyed it, but doesn't mean it's so great.
you know what I would like to see as a movie? Gilligan's Island. That I think I would like to see as a movie. How is it that these people could figure out how to build a radio and so many other things on an island, yet they can't figure out how to get off the island? You know?
Simpler
But
time.
yet, yeah, but yet Tom Hanks, when he did that movie, what was it?
Castaway.
Castaway, he figured it out. He even made a buddy on the island.
Took him three
Wilson.
years.
Wilson. Yeah, but Gilligan's Island, the show ran for like, I think 7 years. Actually, I'm making that up. I don't know. It felt like it though. So. Yeah, so I think there's stuff we can talk about, films we can talk about. I just don't want to talk about any. Do you remember any reruns that I would watch that you think would make interesting conversation?
Well, just go back to the shows that you used to like, and then we'll look at them again and see what it was that you liked about them.
Did I
And
tell
what
you that
spoke to you.
I used to like Joni Loves Chachi.
Hmm.
I don't like it anymore.
That's okay.
Do you want to know why?
Yes, I'm very excited to hear why.
No, I shouldn't share it.
Okay, Mom, this does not
Because,
make for good podcasting.
sorry. Well, because he's a Republican.
Do not
Yeah,
make this
but then so is
political. Republicans
Joe.
listen to podcasts too.
But then so is Joe, my husband. So
Don't put that out there if he doesn't want you to talk about his
that's not
politics.
a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but politics are a
I
personal
mean,
thing.
no, it's not. You see people out there picketing, holding up signs. How is that personal?
That's some people.
That's a lot of people,
It's not as many people as you think. Most
I
people.
guess. For some people, it's very private.
And with that, we'll end the show.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us on our own odyssey as we traverse the waters of the Warriors. Mom's favorite
Oh,
childhood
wow.
films.
How eloquent.
Uh, Please share the show if you like it, or hit the like button or the heart or whatever it is. If you're listening on YouTube or SoundCloud or directly downloaded the show. Across the street to woodenpark.com is where you can find all the past episodes. Tell your friends.
And hope to create future shows that you'll enjoy just as much.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Mom.
Okay. Bye, Tony. Bye.